The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
So, Post Shop gets in touch with me and says,
The New Zealand Post Shop.
New Zealand Post.
They're one of the best post shops around, I reckon.
And they say, it's with the courier, the thing you're waiting for, and it's going to be delivered today.
Oh, yeah.
Please ensure someone's home.
You're always home.
But I was only home till like midday.
Oh, where were
What
you
the
going?
fuck do you do in that situation? And so now, and I have to sign for it. Because they won't deliver it unless you sign for it.
Oh, is it that dilly you ordered?
That black dilly.
No, I've already got 3 black dillies. I
Yeah.
don't need another one.
I thought you'd worn the. I thought you'd worn the other
What
ones.
are you
down,
fucking supposed to do
down,
in that
I thought
scenario?
you'd worn the other ones down to a nub.
Because you can't.
Like an old pencil.
Because you can't stay around waiting all day. You got to go to work.
No, you just leave, man. It's all right, and they leave the card, and then you go and pick it up.
Just really
I had a
annoying,
package
man.
there recently. I think we talked about it. I had a package there. They picked it up from the place I bought it from.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah,
Then they took it to the depot. Then I chased them up, said, look, it's been a week. It says you picked it up on the day I ordered it and took it to the depot. It says it's with the courier for delivery. They said it's too big to deliver. I said it wasn't too big to pick up and then deliver at the depot, so maybe it's not too big to deliver at my house. And I went out there and the woman said, yeah, the couriers are just too lazy. I said, oh, sweet.
Because the couriers are all
So I had
self-employed,
to drive
right?
for 40 minutes out there to pick the fucking thing up.
Because they're all self-employed. And so because we had the same thing where there's no boss that can say, hey, couriers, can you go and blah, blah, blah. They just do whatever they want.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was about 4 kilos. It was a large box, but it was really light.
well, the thing I ordered
What
was
was
like
it?
4 kilos as well.
Black dilly.
The Hodaki Big Show. Weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Here we go. Hey guys, need some guidance. Is it normal for your woolly to shrink about 4 inches after a bender? I can't get it back to proper glory. Please help.
100%. Back in my glory days, particularly with all of the, there's a fair amount of drug use around at that time.
Sure.
Yeah, it absolutely just disappears. Absolutely vanishes.
Yeah, she does go and retreat.
I don't
doesn't
know
it?
what that is.
Yeah.
Google that for us, Keezy. Why does Keezy's dick get so small?
Well, it's not actually an issue that I face.
Smaller. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
we're going to add Keezy's got a tiny penis to the whole thing, are we?
I'll Google that because it is interesting. But yes, it is normal. But for me, it used to shrink about 8 inches.
Yeah, for me, 8, 9.
You have nothing left after that, boys.
Oh no, still plenty to spare there, Geezy. Plenty to spare. And as I've said in the past, guys, I'm a grower, not a shower.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
genuinely-
Can you show it to me so that I can see that you're
Yeah.
a grower?
Sure. There you go.
Oh, cheers. Oh, yeah, definitely must be
Certainly.
a grower. Well,
But
it's
if
not
you-
a shower.
Yeah.
If you imagine that times 10,
Yeah.
when I'm raging,
How long does it take for that to happen?
It's about 3 inches.
couple of hours.
It's like warming up an old car.
Yeah. Zig, 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 zig.
I genuinely think out of all of us, I would have the biggest downstairs.
What was that? What was that? You reckon you've got the biggest coozer?
Definitely out of the
Right.
three of us. Definitely.
Okay. Well, there's only one way to find out. What's the...
Let me put that on the
This
Insta.
Instagram poll.
Somebody was telling me... I don't know if we can talk about this. Well, no, somebody was telling me about this. That they used to play gay chicken, they called it. You
Right.
couldn't call it this now, but
That's when
this
you-
is 25 years ago. You know about this, Keezy?
I know about chicken where you go to kiss and then it's the first one to back out.
No, this one you grab it, you hold on to each other's downstairs, and the first one to get an erection loses. Who's keen?
I'd be out straight away.
I've just done a little bit of Googling here. Hands up whose dick has physically shrunk after taking drugs. So this is on Vice. Yeah, so it's completely normal. Ruins the blood flow, probably causes cancer, etc., etc.
Have you ever been in water so cold that you were like shocked at how tiny your downstairs was once you hopped out?
I've had that before.
Yeah, and it's like, wow. I've never seen it that small before. You know what I mean?
But as I say, well, it's like Minogue was saying. I mean, even when I'm shrunk, I'm impressive. my little medium pace outswinger,
Right.
as my friend called it.
Have you had that though? When you like, like it's
Oh,
freezing,
absolutely.
Yeah. No,
totally.
she's
But then
she's
you-
gone full retreat into the bush there.
and then you go into the changing room afterwards, and you get changed, and you're like, holy shit, I've never seen it that
Right.
tight before.
Have you ever been in a scenario where your forey
No.
has kind of covered you completely,
Yeah.
and you're in the shrinking scenario,
Massively.
and then you need to do wheeze, and it's
I thought you
quite
didn't have a 40.
well. I've got my ankle sock.
So that it means you're not circumcised,
I
man.
am circumcised.
But you're talking about your foreskin covering
can-
your penis.
well, that's
But
because
you've been circumcised, man.
it's like a snail going back into its shell.
There is no shell. The shell should have been removed. That's the
no,
circumcision.
I'm
Right,
almost,
this is the fucking end.
You're running a slug.
I
He's
am-
running a
this is-
snail.
I'm telling
I
you.
am almost going to get it out to
We
show
are-
you what the fuck I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I
Yes.
am saying that is not a circumcision.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Do skin tags happen when you get older?
Well, over time, your different areas rub against each other.
Right.
And so it tends to happen when you're older because that's how long it takes to rub skin into a fine,
So,
long
I think
point.
I might have a skin tag on my perineum.
Oh, yeah. Perineum.
Where's your perineum? Is it your
It's between the nuss
It's the
and the ball
taint.
sack.
Oh, gooch.
Yeah.
That's your testicles. It's not a skin flap.
Skin flap.
Oh no, my test. I'm telling you,
Tag.
I'm telling you right now, Keys. If you saw my testicles, there's no way in hell you'd confuse them with a skin tag.
Right.
Massive,
Because they're
Massive,
huge.
pendulous.
massive.
You got elephantitis of the
Pendulous.
Like
bolos.
worryingly
balls.
massive, yeah.
No,
You
they
know-
are, because you can get elephantitis of the bolos.
Yeah, I've always had big balls.
Who's got the biggest balls
Such
of
a
all?
legend.
Actually,
Pugs and
I
their
forgot to
douche.
speak to Lane about what our update on our
circumcision,
circumcision.
comparisons.
Oh, yeah.
Comparisons.
with Mr. Lane, the
Yeah.
doctor.
Maybe we need to get a series of doctors in here, 4.
A series of doctors.
And then we just get them all to vote out of 10. They put up a little voting sign.
Oh, yeah, a score about how good it looks.
Yeah.
I'm actually interested in the medical. The medical's the one.
So are you?
And I don't think there is a doctor that goes, oh, I prefer how your one looks.
The Hodaki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keezy.
There was a thing in high school, and it was probably, I mean, a lot of guys my age would probably remember it. It's called meetspin.org or com or something, and it's a website that someone leaves their computer on and walks out, or their laptop. You put on meetspin.com, and it's just a dude doing a helicopter, just full-blown junk on screen. There's some other stuff happening as well in the same, but I won't go into that. And it's got a counter on the side, and
Yeah.
it's about trying to get the highest score in meat spin until they come back. You know what I mean? So someone goes to the toilet, you put meat spin on their computer, and then
And
when
then
they
they
come
do
back,
most
Most
Twirls.
rotations.
and then every time it ticks off a counter, and then it's you got 50 meat spins on. Yeah,
God.
that was a classic gag we
Is
did
it-
at our school.
Oh, did you do that? Did you?
Yeah, I did it
Keezy?
to other people. Yeah, it's so good.
What?
Yeah.
So what? You were doing the meaty spin, or you were?
No, I'd go meatspin.com. Oh, Tom's going wheeze. I'm going to get him, you know?
But would you do the meat spin?
No, it wasn't my meat spin. It was someone else on the
Oh,
internet.
right,
Yeah,
okay.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Sure. So it was a mate.
Yeah, it was.
Christopher Keezy.
No, it
Yeah.
wasn't Christopher Kesey's meat spin. No, it wasn't.
The Hodaki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keezy.
I massively enjoy port, like a good port.
Nah, I
a
hate
small
No, I
thing
can't
of it.
do
You can,
anything sweet like
Nah,
that.
I
but you
wasn't a big
nurse it
port.
for ages. It's
Yeah,
a
but I
dessert.
can't
Well,
nurse
I
anything.
don't
No.
nurse things, Keezy. We don't. Minogue and I aren't nurses. Have you
No.
not figured that out yet?
Yeah, like sitting there and enjoying a drink.
Yeah.
So you go
Like
from
that.
The drink I enjoy the most is the next one, so let's get to it.
Yeah. Totally.
such a legend. So you can't nurse anything. So you go from full blown flaccid straight to rock hard. You can't nurse a semi in the middle there.
Why
No.
would you nurse a semi?
No.
I don't know.
Why
And-
instance, if you
and-
get cast
why
in
are
a
you
play and you
nursing
have to.
semis, Keezy?
I'm nursing them.
I once you kickstart, I'm like a runaway train.
Yeah.
I just gather
Oh, like
velocity.
Soul Asylum.
I just gather velocity.
What are you talking about?
Drinks.
Oh, I thought you were still talking about flaccid to.
Oh, I mean, I don't know if I'll ever go from flaccid to fully erect again, Keezy.
Yeah.
And it's nothing to do with the skin tag on my perineum.
Right.
The Thehodaki Big Show. Weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
If there's one thing I can't abide, it's the sound of a mozzie near me.
And the amount, like, my wife, she's got so many photos of me or videos of me naked trying to kill mosquitoes in the room.
Oh, is that why? Is that why, Keith?
Because I'll be holding a T-shirt and trying to hit it on the wall and that. Yeah. And she thinks it's the funniest thing in the world.
Were you slapping your futless from thigh to thigh?
Yeah.
You let a little peckerwood going around there.
Did you guys do that?
What's that?
Windmills.
Yeah. Well, not windmills.
Just slap,
more
slap.
Like
No,
when?
not really.
What
No.
situation?
No.
Oh, I'm just trying to think.
Like to
actually.
impress someone.
The odd propeller.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, I never really did the propeller. More of a slap.
Propeller's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, the propeller's funny because you sort of, to get it started, you have to go quickly side to side and then just start up and down, and then it just keeps it going.
Oh, I use my hand.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you just do it just thrusting away?
Yeah, just
there?
thrusting.
Have
yeah,
you
yeah.
guys? Did you guys used to do the lasso?
The lasso.
Where you get it in both your hands and do the twirl?
Oh, yeah.
You guys do that?
Do you guys do the one where you skip with it?
Oh.
It's like jump rope.
Oh, the jump rope with your...
yeah.
Oh, no, mine's not
And you
long
can do
enough.
double Dutch, and get like 8 people jumping rope
Oh,
over
wow.
your massive
Yeah,
cock.
yeah, totally. The tricky part of that was always who was going to hold the other end. You know what I mean? Because
Well, normally I just tie it to a tree.
oh right,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then do the hoops.
The sad thing was I could never have a go.
The Hodaki Big Show. Weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
I don't know if this ever happens to you. When I parked today,
Half a mongrel?
No.
Full mongrel.
And I was going. I parked my car and I thought, I'm not going to make it to work without wheeze. So I did wheeze there at Sky
In
City.
the car park.
No, in the toilet.
What?
Wash my hands and stuff. And then as I was walking, when I arrived in
Work.
at work, I realised it was a massive wet patch right over my sort of shirt around my groin area, and it looked like I'd jerked off on myself. Like I just
Act.
come all over myself.
Oh,
See, you've got
God.
a really small load these days, so it wouldn't have looked like that.
Is that a thing as you get older? You get smaller loads?
Theoretically speaking. I don't know. Because I'm wondering, because I've got certainly my load is reduced.
Yeah, I think when I think about it, my load is pretty reduced.
Oh, when I used to masturbate 18 times a day when I was a younger man,
Yes.
in my early 40s, you had to be careful, man. You had to be quick.
Yeah, you get
So you come right over the
straight
top of
in
your
the-
fucking head there.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, fuck yeah.
So you'd hit yourself in the head.
I remember
I
once.
could, but fortunately I've got a crooked urethra, so it would always it would angle, go over my shoulder.
Right.
But yeah, man, but it's fucking, as I say, it's like a melted ice cream. these
I
days.
remember once on the headboard.
So you were sitting up, leaning against the headboard, and it hit the headboard.
Well, I don't know even that I
Lying
was
down.
I was
Oh, you
lying down.
you didn't sit up.
Yeah. And the douche on the headboard there.
Leave that there.
And actually, I didn't realise that at the time. I didn't even think about it until I came back into my room. And,
You came back in, did you?
Burnt a hole in it, eh?
half an hour later, and there was like, what the? Someone spilt
Oh,
glue
yum.
all over my headboard.
So I spilled a litre of glue on my headboard.
Delish.
Bugs
But
are
yeah,
shaking
it's
his
not like
head.
that now, is it?
No.
So it is definitely, as you get
No.
older, it reduces.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, because it's
Well,
quite funny.
I don't know if it reduces or just the velocity reduces.
I don't know if you need to have a massive load when you're an old chap. You know, you don't need to have a massive load.
Need.
I just
Who
don't.
needs?
You don't. Wow. You know,
Do
if
you
you're a young
need a
person,
massive load?
Do you think that your orgasm is elongated? Is your orgasm reduced these days? I mean, shorter.
Oh, I don't know.
Is it like ow?
Depends
and
how
then
many
that's it?
fingers I've got in there.
Right.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.